Hey guys, welcome back to another Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath video commentary. My name is Green Zero, and we have another cast here for you today. And before you ask, yes, I have put Skype into Do Not Disturb because I understand that video was somewhat of an issue, Master Leaf versus Booty Warrior, aka Wookbert. I didn't have my headphones on, so I had no sound. I didn't realize I was invited into a group chat where they just spammed the hell out of it, and I was considering reshooting it, but I decided, you know what, just we'll release it. Maybe no one will notice, but everyone did, so that problem should be solved. Also, we're also playing the radio now in the background. I thought, you know what, we'll just play the radio in the background because that'll be a better option than me manually adding music in. I just thought, so I'll give it a try. Obviously, if you hear a song you like, it's going to be harder to find what it is because I'm just going to have the stream listed aside from actual song names. But anyway, we've talked long enough. Death Sentence versus SugarTits, aka Kimosabi there. Let's jump straight in now. I did manage to bash Kimosabi pretty hard the other day, and he was super mad about that because he didn't realize it was me until afterwards. He's been trying to avoid those spanks, but you can't run from the spanks, Kimo. You should know that. But that's enough trolling for now. If we jump over to the right-hand side here on Tournament Arena, we're going to see SugarTits, aka Kimosabi, and I'm going to call him Kimosabi because that's his real name, and he's just smurfing. He is Travra. He is Travra59, Travra. So this should be interesting. Death Pants, meanwhile, on the other side is going to be Vanilla Nod. So Vanilla Nod to Death Sentence. And I can smell a Flame Rush a mile away. Death Sentence actually turning around with his scouts here. Now that's good for a few reasons. He's got pretty crappy scouts because he's Nod, but he can see all this area here, and if a scout pops in here, he'll be up there, so he'll be able to see them. They won't be able to see him, but it's actually going to work out for him because he might actually be able to kill this squad. No, it's actually going to, it's going to be tight. He has to draft. He has to draft, which means this tells Kimosabi that, hey, I think you're going to probably be rushing. I mean, you don't draft an extra tower. I mean, you can, if you eco build, it's fine as well, but it just, you know, it's one of those things where you've actually shown the other guy, hey, look, I'm really trying to stop you getting in my base. It's not just I killed you with my first scouts, which would have absolutely no, whatever you call it, no suspicion whatsoever. But Death Sentence now, Kimosabi can see the War Factory. He's going to be able to spot what comes out. Oh, yeah, she spots the Operation Center. So there you go. Look at Dab Vision. Oh, man, he obviously has placed it there. So he believes that Kimosabi cannot see it. But unfortunately, Death should have placed it maybe up here because I believe Kimosabi would have spotted that. Yeah, he's got... Wow, look at this. He's gone tier 1.5 and tier 2. He's going for Cultists. He kept the barracks as well. He didn't actually sell that. I think he caught on to the fact... I mean, technically you don't have to sell the barracks as Scrin, but because you'll be able to spot what the enemy has before you stall on cash. So he's retained it. That speeds up his ability to get Cultists. And you don't usually see Cultists this early in a game, but... if you're getting Flame Rushed and you Scrin, they're actually super good. Obviously, he needs to get the upgrade, which he is researching now. But the Flame units will be heading across the base. Is it Fast Reckoner? He does have a Reckoner. Is there anything else floating around? We have a Flame Tank. Yes, we do have a Flame Tank. There is a Seeker Tank here as well. The Seeker Tank will be able to spot it, but there are Cultist squads. There's one there, and there's a second one now. And I think Death Sentence realizes he can spot. His Militant squad has shown him, hey, there's Cultists here, which means if I send the Flame Tank in, it's literally just going to get captured. There's literally no reason to go on here. And this is great for Kimosabi. On this map, it's not really campy, but because he's backed into a corner and he's built all the structures here, it's actually really easy to defend. And the first stages of this game are going to be really easy for Kimosabi to defend this out. Fast Legs is done. I believe it should have finished. Yes, it is. He's sending some scouts up the top there, but Death Sentence, he does have a Reckoner, and Kimosabi does spot it. That Seeker Tank will fall back. Takes a lot of hull damage there, but he is going to move outside range. Obviously, Seeker Tanks are just vulnerable to everything. They're vulnerable to gun, they're vulnerable to cannon, they're vulnerable to grenade, they're just vulnerable to everything. And I mean, you pay $800 for one of those things. It's the same price as a Scorpion Tank. Yes, it can reveal stealth. Yes, it can shoot air. But Scrin get a bit of a raw deal. I mean, it's a little bit too lightweight. Obviously, we've seen people use them effectively, and as Scrin, you kind of have to use them. Look at this. Look at this. Tier 2 is down again with an air tower off one base. This guy, I think he's bonus rule or something. He is one base air towering it, and this game is getting quite weird. Now, I can obviously understand. You can understand why he's gone for this. He knows that Kimosabi's gone fast Cultist. Doesn't choose to grab that Raider bug. He could have given him some good intel there. I mean, they're not doing anything else. But he is going to expand with his tier 2. So his tier 2 Traveler, he can build Coldies, but he's only got 3 squads of them, continuing to pump out Harvesters. 5 and 2 is now done. Death Sentence also has 5 and 2. He still retains his Flame Reckoner and his Flame Tank, and he has 3 Venoms now heading across the map. I don't think he's expecting Kimosabi to have really any answer to these Venoms now, because you don't expect to see Venoms this soon. They're more of a towards the later game type of unit, surprisingly, even though they're pretty lightweight in tier 2. But they will be shooting out these guys here. Death Sentence not too fast about taking damage from these Seeker Tanks. Again, the Seeker Tanks, even though the Reckoners have very light armor, here comes the, sorry, not Reckoner, the Venoms have very light armor, and he gets back in there. He's forced to deploy. There's a Coulter Squad there. Does he see? He doesn't see. Oh my god, the Black Hand get killed. The Black Hand get killed. For those of you not playing at home, or for playing at home, I guess, if a Cultist captures a Reckoner, whether it's deployed or not, it will automatically kill all the infantry garrisoned inside of it. I think it should automatically de-garrison them, but because that's what happens with APCs, I think. I'm not 100% sure. It happens with other units. Oh man, I'm pretty sure I've seen it happen, or maybe I'm just messing. Maybe I just don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Wookibert's like, oh, Green Zero, you totally don't have the experience I do. Yeah, because you've been playing for what, 2 years, and I've been playing for 8. That Wookbird, but nonetheless, we've got Venoms cleaning that up. Death Sentence still retaining the Flame Tank, which is going to be able to keep the pressure on Kimasabi. He's going to have to spend the whole time just remembering that is actually out there, and it's going to be a problem. He does lose a Raider Buggy, unnecessary. That's a really good scouting unit just to not throw away. If you're not going to use the Raider Buggy, you might as well just send it to the corner or the side of the map, and then you can use it later on in the game. You don't just have to leave it chilling in the center of the map where it's probably going to get destroyed. More Venoms getting blown out of the sky by something, and this guy, oh my god, he's got 2 Harvesters going to Kimasabi's blue field. This guy, he's already taken some of his own blue as well. Death Sentence, I mean, you'd think he'd be more attracted to the green Tiberium. It's the same color as weed. I mean, that's what he seems to be really attracted to. But no, he sees this blue tib and he must think it's like ice or meth or something. I don't know, he's crazy. You can play Death Sentence, and this guy, doesn't matter if it's like, if the blue tib field is on the other side of the map and there's no blue tib there, he'll still go to it. You know, it's just weird. And he'll take all the blue tib on every map he ever plays on within the first 5 minutes of the game. But we have a push here coming in now. That Harvester actually takes a lot of damage. He gets a Harvester. That's nice work here. That is a nice push. And Kimasabi immediately backs off. He's backing right off now. And he threw away a couple of Disintegrator Squads for a Harvester, which is a great trade, by the way. I don't even think any Seeker Tanks went down, maybe one there. But that was a good trade. Venom is going to come over the top, but there's 4 Seeker Tanks, almost one shot, so it takes about 5 volleys to kill a Venom. So he's got enough to one-shot them, but they will actually fly past them. The Disintegrator Squad's pulling back. They could go forward here, these Venoms now. There's actually plasma missile batteries here, and they will be able to destroy the remainder of these Venoms. Some of those guys get shot up a little bit, but we have an engagement over here. Another small skirmish, nothing too serious, but Death Sentence actually getting a few of his tanks chewed up. The Disintegrator Squad's tearing through the armor there of those guys. He will reverse move and crush them. He does have Dozer Blades, and he's had that for a little while as well. Blue tib shipping across the map. This guy, Death Sentence. We have this Coulter Squad, thinks it's a Disintegrator Squad, will actually snare that Scorpion tank, and then he'll evac out of there, I assume. He's going to make a run for it now. What's happening down there? More Coulter Squad. Oh, he's got double Portal Cultists coming out now as well, so this is interesting. He will take more. Venoms are responding, but he's going to go for this squad over here, already damaged, and looks like Kimasabi's not paying too much attention to it. He will unfortunately lose that squad. But if I was Death Sentence, I'd always want to maintain about half a dozen Venoms. They're not terribly expensive. They're actually one of the cheapest aircraft in the game, I guess, if you think about it. Aside from Carryalls and V-35s, they're essentially the cheapest aircraft in the game at just $900. You can just about spam them like they're Scorpion tanks, but of course they're nowhere near as powerful as Scorpion tanks. If you get lasers for them, which I believe he's vanilla nod, so he can get lasers, something he's probably going to want to get against Traveller, because the Prodigy and Cultists and Disintegrators will be pretty real throughout the majority of the game. Kimasabi, what are you doing, buddy? He's going for an upgrade. It could be shard launchers, I think, although it's not necessary. I don't think shard launchers is necessary to deal with the Venoms. Venoms have extremely light armor on them, not even as much as I think it's similar to Orca armor almost, and they will get blown out of the sky relatively easily. The Scorp Tank army is moving down, but it's drawing all these cultists down there as well. And the Venoms aren't here, but they're super quick and they can respond. They're flying around. He's building up his numbers. He's almost got half dozen, which is a very comfortable position to be in. It's going to allow him to protect the Scorpion tanks, and half dozen will be able to kill a single Coulter Squad in basically a second. So he'll just be able to snipe down a whole squadron of them within 4 or 5 seconds. But Kimasabi is retaining them at home, and he's going for a Hex Pod, which means his forces are going to build Death Sentence. Still shipping blue tip, only a little bit. Only half a tank. He's got a full tank over there, far out. Death Sentence. He's cleaned his own field up. He's got multiple harvesters here. He's really going crazy with that. He's harvested a lot of Tiberium. Obviously, his expansion field isn't as harvested as Kimasabi's, but these Seeker tanks. He did actually get shard launchers, and I guess I can see now he's using it for his his Seeker tanks. He obviously plans to use Seeker tanks throughout this game, which are going to be good against Nod. Not so much fighting Scorpion tanks, they can't get the shields on them, but I guess he's hoping that the Hexapod takes care of that and those guys take care of everything else. The Venom numbers, he's continued to construct these now. He's got about 10 of them, and they are going to whip around. One of them will go forward, and it will be promptly blown to pieces there. Again, these guys don't have that much armor. There's the tail fin just ricocheting off the ground there. Pretty crazy, the effects in this game, and you say it every now and then, but they are fantastic. Oh, full blue tib harvester there. He's not making it home, and Death Sentence is not going to be too impressed with that. The Scorpion tanks are here. Laser Venoms is done. He's actually got a lot of Scorpion tanks here. That's a pretty big force here. He could roll over Kimasabi. He's got to remember that he's probably going to lose about half dozen of these to the colder squads. There are 6 squads there at the moment, and I think they're moving a little bit too far out. There's Venom somewhere, and they can respond pretty quickly on such a small map. Here they come, the Death Venom army, but no, he's pulling back already, which is great. Kimasabi can't afford to leave the safety of his shard weaponry for too long. Obviously, this photon cannon also benefiting from it, but the Hexapod, I believe, will be out. Yes, he's already over at this base, and he's starting to destroy this area. Emp Coils is actually done. He's already done Emp Coils, so he's probably planning on getting some buggies right now. He's going to try to rush this Venom down, this Hexapod. The Venom's not really going to want to get too close to those guys here. We have a pretty big engagement. He does use the Temporal, and he's actually sniping down the Corruptors, which is a good idea. He sniped down all the Corruptors, except for one. There's one remaining over there. We've got a battle marker over here. No, it's just infantry in the Tiberium field. But yeah, that Temporal was mainly defensive, so his Hexapod could escape. Used a little bit prematurely, I think, and he lost a bunch of Corruptors, but nothing too serious. Death Sentence is going to be pretty happy with that engagement. He knows this really nasty support power is now out of the game for at least the next couple of minutes before that can be reused. And Kimasabi didn't really lose too much either. Didn't even have his garrisons. You can see he's just putting the garrisons inside there now. And a few units got cleaned up there. I'd imagine that was a... was that a Devastator warship? Did he build a Devastator? He has got a gravity stabilizer. No, he's building planetary assault carriers. This guy, he's almost out of Tiberium. He can't possibly afford too many of those. And he's up against Venoms. Let's have a look. He does have $3,000, but... I mean, planetary assault carriers are one of those things that if you've got a couple of them, they're just not that strong if they've got anti-air, but... once you hit critical mass, you pretty much can't ever stop them ever. So it's kind of like a two-way thing, and you don't see him much in 1v1 because you need a lot of money to do this. So if you have a couple for the defense, that's probably going to be okay. Battle Marker's raging in here. He's going to push his way into this base. We got the Hexapod over there who's being pushed back, but he does teleport it back to his home. He has got the Prodigy here. I think we're going to see some Hex Slaming. I was kind of hoping not to see a Hex Lame game here. The power is down, which means these guys here... oh, there's actually a Flame Tank here, and now he's going to come in, and he doesn't have Traveler Engines. He's just going to snipe this down. There's actually no power, which means there's no double A except for these Seeker Tanks trying to move into position here. Kimasabi is not power... he's starting to power micro. He still can't get his power up. He gets his power up now, so these shard launchers are start... oh, Jesus, look at that. Look at the fire and destruction there. Those guys getting blown out of the sky. Venoms notoriously group up. I think he stayed a little bit too long here, and there is going to be a fight over here. He will snipe down that refinery. So Death Sentence has done a lot of economical damage or production or macro damage here. Kimasabi's base is in ruins. He has his tech, but he does not. He's got one ref, and he's looking pretty hurt. He's still got a decent sized army here. The planetary assault carriers, I believe, have been abandoned. Yeah, realised that was a bad idea after just one. He's retained the signal transmitter. Obviously that gives him a few handy support powers as Traveler. But this is the thing, look at the map. There's no Tiberium left. There is no Tiberium. We've got one of these games on Torment Arena where both sides have exhausted their Tiberium and neither side looks like breaking. Now, Death Sentence is using the triple laser strat where he has laser Scorps, he's got laser Venoms, and he's probably got laser Buggies. Yeah, there they are. So the three things that he needs to defeat Traveler, and he's got them. You want them all on different control groups. His goal here is to disable, and he does get an EMP off. Was it an EMP glitch? No, he didn't actually EMP glitch, so there you go. Didn't exploit, ladies and gentlemen. The Redeemer is here. Is that a fake one? No, that's a real Redeemer. Death Sentence just throwing his Redeemer away. Oh my god. I thought that was fake for sure, but no, he's actually ordered his Redeemer down there. Maybe he forgot about it, but that's a bit of a blunder there by Death Sentence. We've got a battle marker coming up the rear. Harvest is being sniped down. Seek is actually hitting the backside of this area here, killing some of these Harvesters. The Scorpion tanks, which have split off from the main pack, are now trying to chase them. Now, the Shards do a lot of damage to the Scorpions, but the thing is that the Seekers can't absorb a lot of damage. They will actually be destroyed relatively quickly, and that's why these Scorpion tanks will pretty much win this engagement here. I don't even think any of them, maybe one of them is going to sneak away here. They're not quite as fast as the Scorpion tanks here. It depends. If Death gives up the chase here, he might be able to sneak away. More battle markers. Oh, he's got the wormhole and he takes the MCV. Oh, look at this. He's going to take the tier 3 plant. Oh my god, he sells it. He forces the sell off. Oh, so Death Sentence. That is classic Leaf style there. Wormhole next to the MCV. It's so filthy. It is so filthy. And a few buggies actually drove through the wormhole, which was probably a bad idea because he's got all these tripods and the hexapod just waiting for them. And these harvesters trying to steal tib. More venoms blowing out of the sky there. He's got to be careful with those guys. Beaconing like crazy. He has called in Icor C there. And this is the thing, Kemosabe is going to use growth accelerators now. And he has got one on this field as well. Has he got one up there? No, he doesn't have one up there. It's probably a bit risky to put one up there. But Death Sentence a little bit desperate here for Tiberium. He used Seed Tiberium there. And he will reconstruct the Redeemer, but I think he needs to make a play with his Scorpion army. Where is the Scorpion army? It is over here actually. Sorry, I did not see that. 2 Planetary Assault Carriers come out again, so Kemosabe not going to leave this alone. I would have thought he'd just invest in tripods, to be honest, because the tripods will be a lot better. But they do obviously detect stealth, which is actually helping him destroy any of these guys. Is there a heroic venom there? I thought I saw a blue beam. I must have been seeing things, yeah. There is actually no blue beam there, so these guys will be moving across. The Cultists completely caught out of position here. All the Cultists get destroyed. All of the Cultists are destroyed. There's even a tripod for some reason over here. It pops a couple of tanks. But yeah, these guys here, just no one's really concentrating their forces. It's just kind of fighting wherever they can find, or just wherever their units end up at the moment. It's a little bit unorganized. But nonetheless, a few more Seeker tanks now getting picked off down here. These tripods coming in. He's got Planetary Assault Carriers, but they are being destroyed by these Venoms. Again, the Venoms will defeat them because they have laser capacitors. They can just bypass the jets and destroy the carriers. There's not enough carriers there. If he had more carriers, obviously he'd be able to win, but he doesn't. He'd probably need at least 6, I reckon, half dozen to fight these types of Venoms. He could blow these Venoms out of the sky extremely quickly with that many, but he needs to it gets to a point where the Venoms will just become useless against that. But at the moment, they are definitely on top. They will be moving out just as I zoom in. A few Vertigo Bombers here as well. They're going to come in handy. They should be able to clean up the, the Corruptors, which are chilling now behind the Eradicator Hexapod. Descendant still attempting to move up here. He's got some tanks really pushed up against the corner. There's a bit of tib down there on the ground. There is blue tib down here. You might want to go for a load of that. That would definitely be worth his while. Did he rebuild an MCV? Has he even rebuilt one yet? I don't even believe he has. Bit risky. If another wormhole comes in and takes this war factory, we're going to see Death Sentence down to just a air tower for production. A few more of his harvesters getting picked off. These Scorp tanks will respond. They should be able to save it. Kemosabe has spotted them, and he will retreat as such. But yeah, these guys here just chilling. They are just chilling. He's trying to build up Planetary Assault Carriers again. Does he have Traveller engines? That's the question. He doesn't have Traveller engines. I'm not sure if he realizes he can get that upgrade. That would make them a significantly quicker at moving around. And it's a very cheap upgrade. It's only $1,000. So really, if you're using Traveller aircraft such as Devastators and Pax, it's pretty much a must-have kind of thing. He will use the Temporal again, but he's just using it to try to cut off these forces here. And he will successfully score some kills on these tanks. He will be able to destroy some of these here, but he only got 2, and look at this, Planetary Assault Carriers are now caught out. They will start destroying these Venoms here, but there's just not enough of them. There is a lot of destruction going on here, and actually will actually win through. The Hexapod is continuing to fire them as well. Pretty sizable engagement here, and he will actually be able to overwhelm this Venom cloud, so that was a nice win there. I think Death Sentence engaging over the Hexapod was a bad idea. A few Planetary Assault Carriers went down, but 2 still remain. They called in the Iron Storm ability as well. Did he just get that upgrade? No, that's just a glitch. Rage Gen went off somewhere. Where was it? It's over here. He's got Rage Gen over here. The Prodigy was Rage, but he manages to move it in time. There we go. He does get outside the range, so that's a bit of a win for him. We've got another battle marker over here. Oh, we could see another wormhole heading his way. The Travel 59 wormhole, Master Leaf has shown that it does cool down faster than the regular Scrin wormhole, so that's something to be concerned about, because he does actually got a MCV out, so he might be okay here. There's no vision around that for sure, so he's going to be fine for a while. But the Hexapod is now here. The Hexapod yet to die, but it's also yet to rank up as well. Few beam cannons sitting out. Are they cloaked? Are they cloaked beam cannons? They don't look cloaked. They will try to destroy this harvester. Just moves outside of range. Here comes the wormhole, but the Venoms, oh, he took the Tiberium chemical plant. and he got out of there as well. Oh man, the Venom's unable to stop that from happening. Flame Tank's coming out. Death Sentence is using some sneaky strategies now. He could cloak the beam cannons, move them around, and just snipe down endless amounts of stuff there. That would be really annoying for Kimasabi. It's going to come down, I don't think it's going to come down to a big fight anymore. It's going to come down to Death Sentence using hit and run strategies again. The Planetary Assault Carriers surprisingly have built up once again. There's 5 of them here. These Raider Buggies don't have the ability to take these guys on. That Harvester will turn around. Are there more? Yeah, there's more Planetary Assault Carriers still coming, and he is trying to rebuild his Venom army. Only half dozen that. He's not going to mix and match here. He's got Vertigo Bombers. I'm not sure where they are. He's got 4 of them. He might be trying to strike the economy, but at the moment, to be honest, it'd be better to strike units once an engagement opens up. Rage Shen goes off, not going to do too much. Scorpion Tank's trying to sneak in down the bottom, but we have units up the top. Raider Buggy's getting picked off. That is not good. This Harvester is pretty much as good as dead because these guys do reveal stealth. One of only 2 screen units which will reveal stealth, aside from the infantry, of course. But they could have got that Warp Chasm. The Redeemer is there, I mean, but yeah, Kimasabi's being slowly pushed into this corner here. Now he does have a lot of Planetary Assault Carriers, so that's something that if he can get a couple more of those is going to really help him out. The Prodigy is responding here. The Prodigy is responding. Area Mind Controls, grab 2. Here come the Venoms. He needs to teleport. He doesn't teleport in time. Oh my god. He didn't realize the Venoms were sneaking up on him, and he didn't have time to get out of there. He's going to lose some tech structures. He loses the signal transmitter, which means he cannot construct. The Planetary Assault Carriers. These Vertigo Bombers will start taking out tripods. Oh, some of them fly over the shards. One goes down. A second one will get shot at. Will he get away? I'm not 100% sure. There's a pretty big engagement over here. The Vertigo Bomber's flying up there. I'm not sure why they're flying up there. I think that's a misorder, and I can't even tell what's happening here. What is happening? 2 Vertigo Bombers coming back again. Death Sentence has just lost his Redeemer. I can see a dead Redeemer. A few of these guys are actually flying around. The Venoms are flying around. Kimasabi won a significant engagement there. He won a significant engagement. How many Vertigo Bombers did we lose? Only 2. That was so lucky to lose just 2 of them. And he will be destroying Kimasabi's spike as well with the Flame Tank. Now Kimasabi is stuck in this small area. These beam cannons now, beam is not properly combining. 3 of them are shooting at one target and 2 of them are shooting at another. So that he might want to fix that, but he's not able to control all of that. The Planetary Assault Carriers move around. They do have Traveller engines now, so they are able to move somewhat faster. These beam cannons are trying to lay waste to this base as quickly as possible. They will get the gravity stabilizer, which is an important structure. He won't be able to reconstruct his drone ship without one of those if it was actually destroyed. But these beam cannons are actually cutting the corner. Oh, that's cutting too much of a corner. I think he's going to lose these guys now. That's not going to work out for him. He's starting to shoot at them, and then a refresher, that reverse move. He's just getting shot at here. The Planetary Assault Carrier is unable. They need to get them in range. They have to stay in range of the Planetary Assault Carrier. Unfortunately, they're not able to do so. So these Planetary Assault Carriers are going to chase. He's got 6 of them. There's not enough Venoms here. There's 6 Venoms. No, he can't. He needs to outnumber these guys like 3 to 1. Here comes the double A turret. He does have Tiberium Core Missile. Is Kimasabi going to fight here? That's the question. He actually destroys that pretty super quick. And these Venoms are all bunched up. Oh my god, well, it doesn't look like they do splash damage there. So these Planetary Assault Carriers, what are they attacking? They're actually going to attack the MCV. And look at that, we got a lot of aircraft flying around. I don't even know what's actually going on here. He doesn't actually destroy the MCV. He doesn't want to lose these Planetary Assault Carriers either. This base defense is getting completely wrecked. I don't think he got to fire any missiles off and he got destroyed. He will be moving up here now. These Venoms are pretty much dead. They're not going to be able to escape. Meanwhile, the Hexpod is moving in down there. Destinus now is being closed in upon. He needs to be able to destroy it. It has got a heroic Venom there, but it is being shot up. A lot of units shooting at it. Will he get away? Oh, he just gets away. Barely gets out of there. And he's lost 2 Planetary Assault Carriers. He may have to fall back here. He may have to fall back. Doesn't want to lose them all. Rage Gen goes off, which means he cannot phase. Beam cannons will resist, and this Redeemer will push him back. So Kimasabi does actually hold this spike, so he must have captured that at some point in time. 4 Planetary Assault Carriers do remain. He has redeployed and placed down another refinery, which means he's able to refine Tiberium. Meanwhile, the Hexpod making its way out here. No Corruptors for the heal, and he still, all this time, still has not ranked up with his Hexapod, so that's unusual. I imagine it'd be super close to a rank here at the moment. What was that? Flame Tank will be destroyed by something, but nonetheless, we got Cultists coming back out again. Something was destroyed there. I believe it may have been a Planetary Assault Carrier. Did he use the Venom trick then? I'm not sure if he did. He can use the Venoms with the beam cannons here, but it's one of the most difficult things to do. but it's pretty cool. He will actually mind control the Black Hand unit and probably just suicide them across the map to do some pretty serious damage. Does call in the Iron Storm that will repair these guys as well, but he's down to just 3 planetary assault carriers, so there's not a lot he can do with that right now. I mean, it's nice support. He obviously doesn't want to throw those away, and he's going to be able to destroy these beam cannons. Beam cannons are able to destroy some of these structures here. One will be destroyed, a second one may be destroyed as well. Not quite, no, it looks like he will get out of range here, but meanwhile, the hexapod is actually here, and it does have a few corruptors for support. More Venom's getting destroyed. I think he was trying to snipe down the Cultist and the Prodigy. I don't see a Prodigy. I'm not sure if it was destroyed, but we'll soon find out. We've got the 3 planetary assault carriers here as well. They are still providing support. We have a few Vertigo bombers flying around. They could start trying to hit. Like, if they just landed bombs on all of these harvesters, look at them. They're all full of Tiberium. They're all bunched up. If Death Sentence was able to get the money shot, he's going to try to attack these Corruptors, which is a safer bet. He does destroy them. I don't even think he dropped all his bombs there, but he is heading back to base. He desperately needs some repairs as well. Do we see any sneaky flame tanks? Sneaky flame tanks would be very handy right now, but there are none. And Kemosabe's base is very minimal right now. We're going to have to wait and see what happens here. He's moving forward with his planetary assault carriers. He's trying to... Some of the drones are now starting to self-replenish here. He might not want to get too close. He might just want to call in the Iron Storm where he is at the moment. Hemp buggies are here. There's not enough of them though, and a lot of them actually been destroyed before they even move outside of range, so that was not particularly effective there by Death Sentence. And Kemosabe now will evac this area. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens in this game here. But yeah, the game has definitely slowed down somewhat here. I'm not sure what to make of this one here. Neither side seems to be able to put any type of crippling blow in. I mean, they've got the unit combinations here, but just somewhat, it just feels a little bit sluggish. Beam cannons now moving back out again. They have got the artillery range and the maneuverability, obviously better in this situation than Spectres for him. And he will start taking out some of these AA defenses and then moving back. That superior range definitely coming in handy there. Prodigy is now moving forward. We can see the planetary assault carrier. Look how much it heals. It heals in a massive chunk. Look how quickly that healed to full health. That healed amazingly quick. He's got the lightning spike here, but I'm pretty sure that's just to grant him a bit of extra vision of this area. Death Sentence, full load of blue Tiberium. He's going to be enjoying that. Quickly snipes that down. These beam cannons could start firing at the hexapod. We got Vertigo bombers flying across. You can see their shadows before they rock up. Oh no, he's got to watch out. He's got to watch out. Those planetary assault carriers are there, and he will get them away. Luckily, all of them will escape. The tail gunner's even firing on those Vertigo bombers, so he's obviously got them not on the whole fire stance, which is more preferable in my situation, the way I use not beam cannons. What do you call it? Oh, he's actually teleporting forward. Where does he teleport to? I didn't even see. Oh, he's right there. He does grab the MCV. He sells it. It was a suicide trip, but he gets it. But now he does not have a Prodigy for this. The Mind Strike did a lot of damage, though. Mind Strike did a lot of damage. These planetary assault carriers are pretty much all out of craft. Oh, the hexapod died. Oh my god. That still had half of its health left. He must have tripped more mines than the beam cannons firing at the rear armor. That seemed to have died unbelievably quick. I was just sitting there, I was like, oh yeah, it's got half health, I'll check it in a sec. But no, now it's dead. Kemosabe is in a world of pain. What is he going to do here? He's got to try to defend this. The Prodigy is back out. He's got to defend with the Prodigy. The beam cannons are causing so much problems though. He's got these planetary assault carriers, but they haven't regrown all their craft yet, which means they're pretty much useless at this moment. They can supply him with the Iron Storm, but they just don't have the craft to do damage with. And these laser buggies now, he's got so many. He's got a big bunch of beam cannons. How many beam cannons does he have? He's only got 5. Yeah, it feels like he's got so much more than what he's got there at the moment, because those beams are doing a lot of damage, and he is combining now. He's taking out the AA turrets. I think that's clearing the way for his Venoms here, and he will area mind control. But yeah, there's no AA over here, which means those Venoms were able to kill it. He regains control. 1 beam cannon was destroyed. That leaves him with 4, but 3 of them are veteran, and they will start sniping this down. Kemosabe trying to repair that. Not going to happen. Beam cannons, the grenade damage they do is crazy once they get the combine off. Combine didn't even work properly there. He's got an elite one. He has an elite one. He needs to watch out. He's moving a bit too far forward here, but I think he's trying to go in and crush Kemosabe. He actually ranked up a planetary assault carrier. There you go. He's got a veteran one. All the beam cannons, 2 elite beam cannons, and they will evac there. I think he should save those. He should make a concerted effort to save them. But he loses his last refinery. He's still constructing planetary assault carriers. Are you serious? He's still got a signal transmitter, and that's pretty much all you need. I don't believe you need a tech center to actually construct those. So he is going. Yeah, he doesn't actually need one. So there you go. You don't need a tech center to build planetary assault carriers, and they will actually be able to destroy. Did he rank up another one? No. He was actually destroying Venoms there. So Does he have the ranked up one? No, he did lose the veteran one by the looks of things, and he's going to try to chase this Redeemer. And I believe with Traveler engines, he's actually faster. What's happening up there? Kimasabi trying to get that blue tip. He desperately needs it, but he's getting in range of these AA defenses now. He needs to make a decision whether or not he can actually destroy this Redeemer or not. And he's actually trying to move around. I don't think he's going to get it. The health on the Redeemer just isn't going any lower. And he's losing a lot of ships. And if he loses too many ships, he won't be able to run from this fight because these Venoms will actually be able to destroy him. And look at that. He's got no ships left, which means he can't actually defend himself from these Venoms. He's going to have to Iron Storm. He will Iron Storm. That may be enough. Oh, he loses one. He's got a Heroic Buggy. Oh my god, Heroic Buggy. And it will escape as well. And he realizes now that that's not a good idea. He can't sit here. And that will cost him another Planetary Assault Carrier. Perhaps a third. Yeah, he's even turning it around at the moment, realizing it's not going to make it. That will go down. Is that going to be the end of the game? Kimasabi has literally nothing left. Does he have a Prodigy? I'm not even sure. I think that's pretty much it. He has no tech to speak of. He's building Seeker tanks. He's not going to stop a Redeemer with Tier 1 Traveler 59, that's for sure. There's no way that's going to happen. As soon as Death Sentence realizes how badly hurt Kimasabi is, he's definitely going to be out there again. And Kimasabi has now been defeated, so that was a drawn-out game. Was it a good game to watch? It was pretty fair to watch, I'd imagine. I mean, it could have been a bit more exciting in that game there, but nonetheless, these guys probably given it their all here. So, yeah, some pretty interesting air engagements there and interesting decisions by Kimasabi, but he was never able to get the critical mass of assault carriers that he needed. He kept going out and losing them, and the most he had at any one point in time was 6. If he'd kept some of them alive, he could have had a dozen, and then he could have just walked wherever he wanted on the map, and Death Sentence would have been really hard pressed to stop that. 30-minute game, it did feel like it too. 217,000 and 203,000. It looks like Death Sentence gets more money in that situation there, so he gets about, what, 14,000 more. Not actually significant in a 30-minute game, but that was a big game. I'm going to have to take a break now, so I hope you all enjoyed that video. Stay tuned to my channel, and I'll see you all next time.